Thanks for watching Shotoku Tech. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you very much. Okay, so in the June Shotoku Tech update, I talked about this Ender 3 3D printer I still had in a box last weekend. I got a chance to put it together. One of the minor exceptions was the base was uneven, and that was loosen 2 screws, level it out, tighten 2 screws. Then I followed the instructions for building on the Tomb of 3D Printed Horrors. That video had pretty good tips to look in on. One of the other exceptions was the Z-stop. The Z-stop switch needed to be raised like 3 millimeters in order for the head not to crash onto the heat bed with the springs fully loaded. I'm not going to do a 3D printer review. There's enough Ender 3 reviews out there, but I do want to talk about 3D printing in general. So when we look at the Tomb of 3D Printed Horrors article with their video, there's links to upgrades that you can print for this. And when you are looking for stuff to print, you can go out to Thingiverse. And those of you that don't have 3D printers, you can still go look at Thingiverse and browse all the things there. But I was really taken aback with this cable chain. It's supposed to evenly distribute the weight on these cables that are rocking back and forth thousands of times in a day. One of them's a real thin ribbon cable, and I figured that it could be rubbing up against, say, the Z screw or something where eventually the insulation gets worn away. So the cable chain thing was a pretty interesting concept. Yeah, Shotoku Tech has their own presence on Thingiverse. You're welcome to come check it out. And then I was looking for a coffee measuring spoon. Needed to be 2 tablespoons, which works out to be approximately 30 milliliters, and I picked this one. I was really happy with this. See, that's the thing about 3D printing. Someday you're going to have a 3D printing appliance in your home, and you'll just pick items off of the internet, and then they'll print, and then you'll tip the designer, essentially. That's one of the possibilities. If you think of the 3D printer as a replicator, like on the old Star Trek show. So that's the kind of thing that I want to put out there. Go check out Thingiverse and browse around at things that you could print. You can actually send prints out to people with 3D printers, and they'll mail them back to you, printed. So even if you don't have a printer, if you see something you like, you can probably get it printed somewhere. Just wanted to comment that the guy did a nice job, and I am using that particular coffee scoop. Works excellent. I like it because the handle's long, so you don't get a bunch of coffee grounds on your fingers when you go to dip it out of the coffee bin. So I've been putting the Ender 3 through its paces, and it's doing all right. You know, it was less than $200 on sale. Assembly was leisurely less than 2 hours, and we were up and running, printing that same day. So I'm really impressed with the Ender 3. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying a lot of things about the Ender 3 to the negative. You know, I'm on the Facebook page for these 3D printers, and so you see people just basically losing their minds. But yeah, there's this cable chain again. It's a really fantastic, interesting little thing. It's just little plastic links that you print up on your 3D printer and then snap them together. Looking forward to trying that out. It'll tie up all these loose cables so they don't get caught on something that's moving back and forth and wear thin. You can see that real thin ribbon cable. That's what this is going to do for it. And again, check out Thingiverse. Go look around on Thingiverse. See what you might want to print. Here's that coffee scoop that I wanted to print. And I even printed 2 of them. This is my spare. See, it's got a nice long handle. I use the big end when I'm scooping into my Farberware single serve coffee brewer. Check out that video. A bunch of people like that. Here I'm printing up more links to that cable chain. And you see on the right there, that's the Octopi print server. There's a little light emitting diode on the end of that flexible shaft to light the heat bed up at night. So you can see what's on the webcam there that's perched on top. And so I can send print jobs over the network to that print server and watch them start up on the webcam, check in on them occasionally. And whether I put the hood over the printer or not, that little lead light keeps it lit up. So that's Thingiverse. I really invite you to get out there. Let's play a game here. We're going to play square peg, round hole. So we can see a round hole actually does fit within a square peg. This is TinkerCAD. This is where you can do 3D design. Again, here you don't need to have a 3D printer for you to do 3D designing. So I really invite you to go out, check out TinkerCAD. Simple program to start to learn how to use. Here you see I just subtracted that cylinder from that square, and so that's what a round hole looks like in a square peg. Now we're going to put the square peg in the round hole. I'm rotating that square peg 45 degrees so I can get the dimensions that would wind up being the diameter for the round hole. 28.28 because math. Now I'm going to center, group. Oh, it disappeared. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto, must have had the wrong hat. Okay, let's put things back to right. So check out TinkerCAD as well. Anyway, comment below, please subscribe, share, like, and we're looking for your ideas to move things forward. I think 3D printing's cool. Thank you very much.